What we have here is a Halloween pinball machine, which is manufactured by the company Spooky, and you can get your hands on one of these by going to Pinball Heaven, who are the UK's largest pinball distributor. Now, I've only played one game on this, never seen it before today, and I think the first thing you will notice about this game is that it has 3 levels of playfield. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. Spencer's just on camera just there. There is actually a massive knife as well on the playfield. Don't worry, it's not a real one. You can't cut your finger on it. What you've got is a playfield here with one flipper. There appears to be a target on it as well, a scoop or a saucer, whatever you want to call it, and another playfield above that. It's like a wedding cake, actually. And with another flipper up here. With a drop target, get that drop target down. It appears that this will give you a path round to a wire form as well. There's a spinner on there. As far as I can see, that top playfield, and as I say, I'm only really looking at this for the first time, just on the top playfield has 5 shots on it, unless I'm very much mistaken. There's an awful lot to this game. I'm not going to claim to know the film at all. It's an older film. We only just noticed when we watched a video that Jamie Lee Curtis was in it, a younger Jamie Lee Curtis. There are so many shots on here. It's really quite overwhelming. Something we did notice straight away is how smooth the playfield is. It's really, really well made. You have wire forms, as there's a really big ramp. I would go as far as to say an unmissable ramp just at the top of the playfield, which will loop the ball left and down this wire form. There are 3 drop targets which pop up from the playfield, protecting a central ramp, which you can probably see there, Spencer. And
you're going to have to do better than that.
You're going to have to do better than that. If you come this way, you can just see that there's a shot under here. Yeah, I'm sure you can lower that down a little bit. And apparently, if you hit this shot here, it will lock it into this first tier of the upper playfield. We've got a scoop there and a pumpkin. And what you also have here, where you have this Judith Myers tombstone, this gravestone. If you lock the ball inside there, there's a drop target which pops up as well. We've got, this is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. 3 separate scoops on the left-hand side, which you can hit, which are separated by targets. I think we've got 1 target here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you can see them, they continue round onto either side of each ramp. You also have an additional shot that's just here to the left, which is, I guess you'd probably call that in positional sense at least, in the traditional place an orbit shot might be. It's got one lovely powder coating on it. I certainly remember seeing a very similar finish to a couple of the Lord of the Rings games that I saw. I wasn't sure whether they were limited edition ones or not. But also, if you look just to the side on the armour, you can see that there's a pump. They've cut a pumpkin out of the armour there, which I think is really cool, really in keeping with the theme. The pumpkin is something that's also replicated, as you'll see, on the speaker panel, just here. Obviously, it has an LCD screen, which will play scenes from the movie. I think it's fair to say this is not a game for children, but what you also see at the top, there is a topper. It's not one of the kitchen knives that's been taken. It's actually, that comes with it. And we've yet to see it in action, but I do believe that may well have a stabbing action. So I think what we're probably going to do is fire this game up, take a look at it, have a game, and see what the shots are like. As always, start button, front left. Press it once for 1 player game. If you can see actually on the screen here, it says free play, free play, free play. What we can actually do, if I were to press that button again, it would introduce a second player,
We
third
don't
player,
have time for this.
fourth player. You're telling me we don't have time for this. Very impatient. As with all of these modern games, you can actually set the settings to your own specifications. This is on a 3-ball game. If you want it to be on a 4-ball, 5-ball game, something like that, make it a little bit easier for you, so as you could get a little bit further in the game, you can do so. These games are fully customizable. Anyway, it's on a 3-ball game now. Let's have a go. Managed to knock all of the targets down straight away. So it's asking me on the screen to choose a mode. Oh, escape the kitchen. That sounds good. I think I'm going to choose escape the kitchen. It was actually telling me this is a medium mode. So Jamie Lee Curtis just fell down the stairs. Gone straight up that ramp there. Oh, and again. Oh, that's taking me up to the upper playfield. Oh, that's a shame. I actually got the drop target down there, but I didn't actually manage to get it into the scoop. The top 2 ramps are very, very achievable, very easy to hit.
Confound it, man.
Oh, I got it through the spinner there, and again. There's a target there. I don't know if I can hit the target now. It's going to be quite late. I did. Oh, I got it through. I actually got it through to the top. Is that a magnet holding it there? I think it might be. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. I think I might have got myself a little multi-ball, actually. I have. Oh, dear. It's not going to give me them back, no. Oh, that's it. So one of them is locked in, I can see. I completely forgot to use the upper playfield then. I've got one of them locked in here.
We need all the help we can get. Let's hope that's enough to keep you alive. The mystery is on a night of evil that should bring
So
some
choose a
balance.
mode. There's an easy mode here as well. Okay, let's select that. I actually completely missed the ball then, please excuse me. Now that's interesting, because it actually released the ball that was locked then. So it is an orbit that comes out of there, that's really interesting, okay. Got all the targets down, it looks like there's a ramp to be hit up the top. Not that one, it's a pink light flashing. Oh, I just missed that. Okay, got that there. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, I felt like I was quite close to getting that into the scoop on the, I don't really call it the upper playfield, the middle playfield. Oh, again, I just missed an opportunity then. Well, that's interesting because I've hit one of the daggers there, and that's become a solid light. So I guess that's very clear what that's telling me to do there. Oh, I almost saved it.
Well, can't you answer me?
Michael Myers is in
Okay. Well, that was, to be fair, I think that was hopefully not a bad ball.
He wants you.
Oh dear. I think you certainly got to get it practiced when you get up to that upper playfield. Is that the second knife lock? So this one's still flashing here. I don't think you can see it there. Oh, is that going to go back to me? I doubt it will.
A job well
No.
done. Let's see what it gets at.
It's actually reasonably intuitive, this game. I have to say, it is telling you as you're going along. But the reason I missed the ball to start with is I'm used to a sound, I guess a clunking sound of an up kicker or something, a solenoid going off. That doesn't happen, but actually the lights do tell you when the ball is going to be placed in an in lane. Oh well, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. It was all the score was on the first ball there. There you go. As will often happen with these games, if you have a reasonable game, and I had a first ball, I think at least it's fair to say, you actually get to put your name on the scoreboard. So I'm going to do that now. I'm not never one to pass up an opportunity to do that. And there it is. I've got to say, I actually quite like that. I didn't know what to expect. Not only have this company Spooky done Halloween, but they've also produced something called Ultraman, which, as I understand it, has a very similar, if not identical, playfield layout, but the theme is different. It's not Halloween, it's Ultraman. I think from what I could see, the movie clips are well incorporated into it. The theme, let's be honest, it's a murderous theme, isn't it? It's certainly full of it, with gravestones and knives and, there's lots and lots of knives. It's just a bit of a shame I wasn't able to hit this last shot here. Would have been interested to see what would happen there. But I think there's a lot of time when you play games that have upper playfields, they feel a little bit gimmicky. I definitely felt with a bit of practice I'd be able to hit these shots. And I was certainly aiming with this upper flipper here to get this drop target down and then to hit this shot along there, and I actually did it. And it seemed to, well, I guess it must have been a magnet, it was sort of levitating in there. That felt very achievable. The spinner here felt very achievable. And even on the lower playfield, certainly when I knocked this target down, I felt like I almost got it into the scoop there. I think a little bit more practice with the game, I would better anticipate when it was coming into this. I felt every time it went into the playfield, it was a bit of a surprise. I think eventually you'd learn that. I think this is a pretty cool game. Again, I think much like Legends of Valhalla, which we'll be doing a video on shortly, this has gone a little bit under my radar, certainly. But there you go. John Carpenter's Halloween by Spooky Pinball.